Heading to college can come with a lot of excitement, but also with a lot of financial questions, from scholarships and grants to student loans and building a budget. Knowing how to pay for school can feel very overwhelming. And today we're talking with a financial expert about ways students and families can plan ahead, find funding, and also avoid common money mistakes. Joining me today for Money Monday is Megan Hammond, the Director of Financial Planning at WealthQuest. Megan, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This can definitely be overwhelming, especially in today's world. So as students head back to school, when should families start thinking about scholarships and college funding opportunities?
Yeah, I think we can actually start thinking about it a lot earlier than we think. From a school year perspective, this is a great time because this is when kids are starting to get back into school, deciding what kinds of activities and clubs they want to be a part of, and so it gives us an opportunity to build a great framework. I think from an age perspective, not surprisingly, I think elementary and middle school, it's really just about exploring and sort of building on involvement in activities. I think once we get into later middle school, that's when you might start to see some leadership opportunities present themselves, and we start to see maybe those awards and recognitions for things that they've been a part of. But we really want to start tracking and documenting coming into high school, so freshman year through senior year. Scholarships, I think we can start looking at really earlier, junior year even, sort of through the fall of senior year is really that sweet spot for heavily looking and applying. There are going to be opportunities later on and maybe even earlier. Some, freshmen and sophomores may be able to get scholarships as well. So we want to make sure we're prepared when the opportunities present themselves.
What's one thing that families can do this year to make sure that their scholarship applications are easier down the road?
Track everything. That is the thing. So especially if you're coming into high school, make a scholarship folder. And I don't care if it's a spreadsheet or if it's a physical folder, whatever works for your family, but you want to start tracking all of the crazy, exciting things that you're doing through high school, because it's really hard to think back, especially in senior year, what you did freshman year. And I would think beyond your GPA and academics. Start thinking about volunteer and community activities that you were part of, things that you were committed to for a long period of time, clubs that you were a part of, anything that goes beyond, your normal high school day. Make sure you track it. And so I would suggest 15 minutes a semester, just write down all of the amazing things that you're doing.
That is very important, because even when it's time for performance reviews, I forget stuff that I've done, and you have to really track what you've done along the way. So what's one scholarship secret though that most families don't know about?
I think there are actually two. I would say one, don't underestimate the power of local scholarships. I think we focus a lot on the big national scholarships because the dollar amounts are really enticing. But there are a lot of local scholarships from local organizations, from local businesses, and even I think industry specific. If there's something that you want to study, those are more focused and there tend to be less applicants, and there are a lot of them, and so those numbers can really add up. I think the second thing is something called micro scholarships, which are school specific, and there are websites that can help you with this, but you can track all of the things that you're doing, grades that you're getting in certain classes, ways that you're involved in the school and in the community, and you can start getting little scholarships, maybe $10, $20, $50, but over the course of 4 years they can really add up.
It adds up. So what's some advice for working students on properly saving money to pay for college?
Yes, so I think we want to keep in mind that there is a timeline when we need that to be available. And so save as much as you can, but we also don't want to do things that are too risky. So we don't necessarily want to put it in the stock market where we might lose some of that money. So I would find a really safe, maybe high yield savings account that you could put the money in and continue to let it grow, but make sure that it's available for you when you need it.
Awesome. These are just some of the tips that WealthQuest can help you with, from financial planning to investment management and so much more. You can scan the QR code there for more information. We'll also have all of this, of course, on our website, WLWT.com. Megan, thanks so much for helping us with this.
Thank you for having me.